Your knowledge of contract language is imperative.
You must know what a violation looks like if you wish to be active in its cessation.
It is important to understand that being active and knowledgeable affects your overall bargaining strength.
Together, we can forge a more militant NALC.
Good morning and welcome back to Parcels of Knowledge, the podcast dedicated to delivering knowledge to the city letter carrier with your host, the Roseville Wrecking Ball. Today, we're picking up from yesterday. Yesterday's episode being the gears of my Grievance war machine. Yesterday, you got the understanding of how to set the machine up. Today, I will talk about demonstrating how you use it on a day-to-day in order to help you pick up your workload. A lot of stewards might not file on many issues, thinking, well, I just don't have time for that, and I am going to have to prioritize because if I filed for everything, it would be too hard for me. Wrong. You really just have to find your own system of how to make it effective in order to take on that workload. This system's not meant to be a one true way. It's meant to give you a framework of what works best for you. This is why everything I'm showing you is as basic as it gets. It can be picked up by any steward or branch and then molded into something that's best for what they've got going on. So picking up where we left off yesterday, the main feature of something such as what we are using here is the ability to refine your log to exactly what you want using the drop-down arrows of the columns of the table we built. If you check out the picture of the log I posted on the Parcels of Knowledge Facebook, you can see what I'm talking about. It's refined in that picture to Article 15 violations. This is why you see the grievance numbers jump around like that. It's important that once you refine it to a selection, you must not save the document in that fashion. Always revert it back to its original format so that you can be using that in a way that you need next time. Wait a minute. I'm getting a call from Supervisor Hogan. I'm going to have to take this.
Hey, brother, Joshua. I'm looking for Joshua Shrum, the Shruminator. They call him the Wrecking Ball.
Oh, you came to the right place. The Roseville Wrecking Ball right in your presence right now. I'm a little bit busy. What do you need?
Hey, this is Supervisor Hogan here, brother. I know you're busy right now doing your podcast. I know you're busy, brother. You're doing the Knowledge of Parcels podcast, brother. But since I'm such a cool fucking dude, brother, since I'm a cool supervisor, brother, I'm wondering if you could help Hulkamania, brother, just for a minute, brother. I need your help, brother, because my back's against the wall, brother. My back's against the wall.
Oh, man, it's crazy. You're calling me here at 4 or 5 a.m. That's when I do my podcast. I can't believe you're up this early. Well, it must be important. What do you need?
All right, listen up. Listen up. I'm trying to lay the smackdown on Randy Savage, brother. I'm trying to lay the smackdown on Randy Savage, brother, but I didn't keep the fucking copy. I didn't keep a copy of the signed settlement, brother. So I need the most recent one, dude. I need the most recent one, dude, and I need to know what it got reduced to.
All right. Let me take a look. It looks like it was reduced down to 6 months. I'll give you a copy of the settlement.
Well, you know God created the heavens and the earth, brother. He created all the Hulkamaniacs, brother, and he created these 24-inch pythons, brother. You see him, Josh?
Yeah, I guess.
You see these, Josh, brother? Come on, dude. But what you gonna do when the Hulkamaniacs run wild on you, Macho Man? Macho, what do you think, brother? When it's all gonna go down, brother? When you're gonna get this discipline, brother?
I don't know. You gotta talk to Savage about that. But I'll see you later, man.
Later, Josh.
Sorry about that. He's always like this early in the morning. I come in at 4 a.m. and he's just amped up for some reason. But I'm just gonna put that aside anyway. Just as I did there, you could take care of an information request from management in a few clicks just by refining the grievance to Randy Savage. I was able to identify any and all grievances filed under that grievance. I was able to quickly identify exactly what the settlement was settled for, and that told me that it was settled down to 6 months, which technically meant that that discipline was no longer on file. I'll let him figure that out later. By pulling up my settlements tab and printing the corresponding settlement, I was able to fulfill that information request by management and move on with my podcast. Oh my god, wait a minute, I'm getting a call from the fake Brian Renfro.
No, Paul, I gotta get on a call real quick. I gotta do something important. So I'll talk to you later about lunchtime. About lunch, yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Hey, Joshua, this is the national president, Brian Renfro. I have a favor to ask you, buddy.
Yes, this is the Roseville Wrecking Ball. What would you like?
I'm really busy. I need a copy of your 2025 non-compliance settlements.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that you've been signing.
Yeah.
I just want it for the record, not to go behind your back and tell management not to sign them or anything like that.
All right. That sounds suspicious, but I got you. I'll go ahead and get them out.
I just want to make sure we get our pound of flesh. You know, the pound of flesh that we're due. You know, I went to bat for y'all. And it took, you know, it took a lot out of me. It took its toll on me, actually. So, you know, while I'm out here in Hawaii, I wanted to do a little bit of work. But Joshua, can you please do that for me?
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to take care of that right now. I'll get you the settlements by email.
And I just want to thank you for all the hard work that you're doing out there, because, you know, I know you're working hard. And remember at the next election, who had your back? Who fought like hell for you? Who fought like hell for you, Joshua? Remember that when the next contract comes around, who scored that deal of the century? I fought like hell for you and for the carriers around this country. But if you could just tell everybody who to vote for this coming election, that'd be great too. But also, don't forget to send me over those signed settlements. That would be perfect. Perfect, Joshua. I really enjoy your podcast. And, man, I hope one day maybe you'll have me on there. No, I'm really busy over here at National. I'm real busy. So,
Okay, I get it. I'll send them right over. Hopefully you have a good one. I got to get back to my podcast. Bye.
All right, Paul. We'll be going to Benihana's. Benihana's for lunch, okay? Yeah, let's go.
Sorry, I kind of get a lot of calls from the fake Brian Renfro. It's kind of his thing. But anyway, again, just like while you are writing grievances and a branch president calls to request something, you can have that taken care of in a matter of a few clicks and move on with your grievance. I was able to refine the log to Article 15 and correspond those settlements needed to be pulled and printed with the settlement PDF. That way, I can scan them in and send them to Brian Renfro, in quotations, and that didn't take very long. But there are everyday situations that can be alleviated by this system as well, other than this. Some examples are as follows. If a grievant is asking about the status of their grievance, the tabs we created can easily help you identify if it's been resolved or not, and the color coding can help you figure out where in the system it currently sits. If a grievant is asking about whether or not they got paid correctly for the settlement, incorporating my advice of only paying in lump sums will make an audit of their paycheck very easy, because all you would have to do is determine whether the gross adjustment on their paycheck matches the lump sum you've agreed to. Additionally, even without the settlement, one will be able to determine how much exactly in adjustments that grievant was owed throughout the year with our financial account system outlined in the first episode. Now, with the escalation charts outlined in the first episode, a steward can easily identify whether or not right now is the time for escalation on a particular issue. And the escalation charts can easily be created using the grievance log system we currently propose, simply by refining a violation type to a particular violation and using that information to transfer over. If a steward's trying to come up with contentions in a pinch, they can use our Step B building folder mentioned in the prior episode to use as a template for particular issues. You can use the Grievance log system as a branch to determine things that are similarly being violated among all your installations to know where your forefront is in terms of focus on education and contract enforcement, and to figure out what issues may be related to your particular district rather than your management teams at the local level. You can use the Grievance log as an outside steward to get an idea of which management designees are more likely to resolve particular issues and what resolves they have signed as of recent to get a better idea of what they're willing to agree to as a baseline. You can make a list of grievance settlements that haven't been paid yet, so you can send your counterparts an email to let them know they need to pay these. That way, you can strengthen any non-compliance case file with that. Any new stewards or people serving from outside the station can easily go into the system and determine not only issue statements for that particular issues if you're a new steward, and you can reuse and make your own those issue statements, but also for outside people serving within that installation, they can determine precedents that have been set in the past that should be adhered to. When I came here to Roseville, like I said before, there was many precedents that we had that I didn't know about. This would have been useful. There are many more other things that this system can help you with, but in general, I advise you to do something of this nature in order to keep your grievance processing effective. Before I let you go, I do want to go over some advice. If you create a system such as this, you must always be consistent in identifying text to be used. For example, I use Article 8.5D as a main article of violation for improper mandation grievances. But maybe you slip up one day and write improper mandation for the violation type in your log. Now you have two different things you must seek when refining the violation to the improper mandation. Whatever you choose to call each item, you must be consistent with its designation in order to be effective. And if you are sharing this log branch-wide, it is best for the branch to come up with these designations so that when they make a master synopsis for the branch, it can all fall under the same category without further alteration. The goal here is to save time. Additionally, I advise you do things that would best fit time saving. For example, I have a non-compliance to payment form that I created for carriers because I know that if they have to write a statement, they probably don't have the time to do so. A lot of carriers will fail to provide a statement because of that reason. And this form is very useful. In fact, I don't know if you know Pat Carroll, but he was the National Business Agent of Region 6, but he was also our president here at Branch 4374. I found this in the documents at Roseville. I don't know if he's the one who created it, but I'm going to give him credit anyway because it's the only name I can find on the document. I just haven't had a chance to talk to him about it. And even if I did, it would probably be from decades ago. So when I process my settlements, I give them this form, the carrier, that basically says, here, you are due this money. You should get input within this time frame. And if you don't get that money, sign this and return it to the steward of record. And I put the steward of record on the paper. I'll post a copy of this form on the Parcels of Knowledge Facebook so you guys can plagiarize it. But basically, if you do that, it makes giving a statement for non-compliance a whole lot easier on the grievance behalf. Things like this are going to make your life a whole lot easier if you have a large caseload. And like I said before, you just have to determine what's best for your installation because not everyone's dealing with the same issues. So maybe someone who doesn't deal with payment issues might not be able to use that, but they could use something different. Last but not least, I want to talk about being consistent with your processing. I'm just going to give you an example of what I do. And you could determine what you'd like to do, but you should be consistent with it. What I do when a settlement is achieved, I will take that settlement and process it in all the systems before adding it to my final numerical stacks. For example, if I have a settlement for Article 8 that pays the grievant $14, I will process the grievance through my financial system by recording it under the grievance account as a payment for the year, without receipt as of yet. When I receive GATS receipt, I will go back and indicate that status on that financial system. I will also process it under the grievance log as resolved and indicate the relevant facts not yet articulated. Like, for example, I'll change the status from blue to green to show that it's been resolved. I'll also write in the cost of the service. I'll write in any information that's currently missing, like the date of resolve, the designees that resolved it, all the information that you would need to finalize that particular row. I will process it under my escalation chart for that particular Article 8 issue if it's one of the charts I've already started. And by the way, these escalation charts should be cover pages. What I do is I print everything for that particular issue. If I have an issue that is reoccurring, I'll print all the settlements and I'll put them in a folder. These folders have access by my stewards and myself for reprint. And in that folder will be every single settlement of a particular violation. On the cover of it will be my escalation chart, and it will show a synopsis of exactly what's in there. And then if I have another grievance of that violation, a steward or myself will make a copy of that and add it to the case file very easily. We have a physical copy just sitting in our thing. We have probably 20 different issues we have escalation folders for, maybe more. So that is what I do. And finally, I will put a copy into 2 piles of numerically ordered grievance settlements for the year. One stack is for reference prior to PDF conversion. So that's the stack I will go through. I don't have a PDF of it yet, so I can go through it to make copies. And that stack is going to be a little bit more handled and worn. The other stack is kept pristine and untouched, so that I may have very good copies for conversion into PDF format. It is very important that the copies you digitalize stay in good condition, because the more you copy, the more unreadable a document may be. So you want the original copy to be as good as can be, because if a case goes to arbitration, there's going to be many, many, many copies made. And eventually that text is unreadable sometimes. So you just got to make sure from step 1 that we're doing things as good as possible so that we could be as successful as possible as contract enforcement units. Now, I'm going to leave it at that. But if you have any questions or concern or advice, let me know via email at rosevillewreckingball@yahoo.com. The email will be in the episode's description. That way, whatever you send my way, I can answer questions or incorporate them in the next edition of this, which will be the video episode I post on YouTube. That will be much more helpful because it will be a visual representation of these last 2 episodes with some additions to it. It'll be the 3rd part of a 3-part series. I also want to thank Rick Rock for his performances today. You will see the videos of his performances on the video episode. He's a funny guy. He did really great. This guy, let's give him a shout out, give him some love. He's got his own podcast, The Comfort Stop. But on the video version, we may also have more cameos coming as well. If you're interested in doing a cameo, let me know. You don't even have to be a podcaster. If you want to do a cameo, think you're funny, come on in. I think we need that sometimes. But hopefully you learned something valuable today. And as always, have a good day.
Shout out to the Roseville Wrecking Ball. He is an Article 8 scholar, and thank God. We need Article 8 scholars right now. The Grievance Genius and the Roseville Wrecking Ball doing amazing work.
Brothers and sisters, this guy is good, man. He's fucking good.
And my boy Joshua, he killed it. Man, he's lockstep right now. He's killing it.
You would think this guy has been around for 30 fucking years. That's how good he is. Yeah, it's like